Yo, what is going on today, YouTube? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Today's video is going to be a banger, and you guys are going to learn so much. We're going to be talking about 10 things, 10 tips that you need to be doing to improve your support gameplay. I'm just going to be speaking. You're going to be listening. You're going to take these. You're going to use them in your own games. You're going to noticeably improve, and you're going to come back and you're going to type,
"Thank you for this genius video, Bobby."
and I'm going to type, "You're welcome," smiley face. So let's jump right in. Number one, learn to love your Minimap. Make it as big as you can and move it more towards the middle of your screen. I'll show you what it looks like. This is how I have mine. Middle of the screen, massive. I would maybe even move it a tiny bit more inside and make it a little bit more see-through. But it needs to be big and it needs to be more towards the middle of your face, not up and away, so it's not something you even think about. Number two, pay attention to timers. Buff timers, objective timers, relic timers. Pay attention to them. Something that you kind of have to get like really used to, punishing enemy relics. But it's very easy to look at your map, see when your buffs are spawning and just being there when they're spawning. Or if you know the enemy's timer on their buffs, just being there by the time the enemy's timers are up. Number three, a lot of you have this problem. A squishy's life is more important than yours. Yes, 100% it is. But don't die for no reason. If you have a 5% chance of getting your squishy out and a 95% chance that you both die, just leave them. Let them die. Yes, you should keep them alive and you should try to, but if it's a low chance, just leave him. If it's a 95% chance that you can peel him out and you can get him to live and a 5% chance that you both die, sure, go for it. But don't just die willy-nilly because there's a tiny chance that you can get your ally out. Number four, have an idea of how your 2v2 is going to be before getting into lane. So if it's Geb and Izanami and you're playing Ymir Olorun, that is a lane you win. Yes, they have an Izanami, but you have a better support and a equal ADC. Keep that in mind. Check their relic when you get to lane, but keep that in mind. Have an idea of how your 2v2 is going to work. Number five, think of your relics before you even get into the game. You should have an idea of what you want to go. Do they have healing in their comp? Do you need anti-heal? Do you need a Sunder for their Nike? Do you need Shell, a Phantom Shell, Sprint? Do you want to play for objectives, Frenzy, Bracer? Whatever it is, think of it before you even get into games so you don't have to think about that when you're backing. Number six, consider what part of the game your team is strongest. If you have a super late game comp, Kali and double ADC and a mage, and you scale really well, who cares if you lose the early game? Who cares?
Not me.
Get to the late game. And if you have like a solo laner that's playing Wukong and their solo laner's playing Kronos, that's a strong point of the map. Play that side. Number eight, play to your build's strength. Whatever it is, whether it's your starter, which is benevolence and you're going into a heroism, whether it's compassion, you want to play by your allies, whether it's sentinels, you're a little bit tankier, you can dive, war flag, you have a bunch of movement speed, power, whatever. Play to your build strengths. Don't try to go off the beaten path with how you're playing the game. Like if you're building Shoguns, you should be grouping with your allies. If you're playing with Sentinel's Boon, use your health bar a little bit as a resource and heal up with the boon. Number nine, consider what the enemy wants to do. Does the enemy want to play for dual lane pressure? Do they want to play for an objective here? Do they want to dive your comp late game? Whatever it is, you should have an idea in the back of your mind at all points of what is the enemy going to do here. Is shield camp up? You have pressure in dual lane. You probably want to go for that shield buff. But you don't know where the enemy jungle is. You don't know where the enemy mid laners are. Maybe it's something where you can't pull it and you actually have to wait. Or something that you can maybe ping your mid and your jungler to rotate to this fight if a fight breaks out. Consider what the enemy team wants to do. And then number 10, and my most important rule, play confident. More than anything else in the world, a confident support is 10 times better than a wishy-washy, I don't know what I want to do, I don't want to make a bad play support. Just play confident. Whether it's you want to dive the enemy backline, dive them then. Go for it. But you better give it your all when you're diving that back line. Yeah, play confident. That's like the biggest tip I have. For any role, you need to play confident. If you don't trust in yourself to make a play, 99% of the time, you're not going to actually be able to make that play then. But yeah, that is 10 tips that I have for you guys to help you guys improve in support. Yes, these can extend past support into other roles, but I'm a support content creator, so that's why we make videos for support players. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys have all a fresh day. I'll see you guys again next time. Peace.